Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mike Kollin at seductionpower.com. Okay, so I'm going to bring someone up. It's a lady I think most of you guys have heard of and seen, and she's been kind of in a controversial thing about a month ago or so. And this video just popped up. Someone else posted it, so I wanted to show it to you because there's something I want to explain to you. I'll tell you what, watch the video and then I'll break it down.
There's only one thing that all women want. People will tell you that they want money, they want someone tall, they want someone stronger than them, they want someone richer than them, they're hypergamous. All of this is no, that's not true. Women define hypergamy by one thing and one thing only. If a man is more intelligent than them, and they do not define intelligence by degrees or by being a CEO, is whether or not we can trick you. That's it.
Did you hear that? It's whether or not we can trick you. She is 100% correct. I'm going to give you a couple real life examples. But before that, I want to explain one thing that none of you guys have seemed to understand. Now, you can watch her, Sadia, for years. You can watch other people's videos for years. It won't do anything for you. Now, here's why. They're telling you the what. So you're going, oh yeah, man, I know that. And I'm like, yeah, no, you don't. You're like, well, what do you mean? How do you do it? And you're like, do what? Do the what? Literally, how do you do the what? Like, well, what do you mean? There's a how? Yes. That's what I teach you. So there's all these people. I've heard her say things like, yeah, you just got to be a down-to-earth guy. You just got to be yourself. And you've just got to this and you just got to that. So they're giving you the what. Like, okay, I got a good example. All right, I've got a good tip for you. I'm a business advisor. What you need to do is get rich. You need to make $1 million a year. All right, there you go. Good tip, huh? All right, that's $500, please. Anybody can tell you what to do. It's the people that know how to teach you the how. Now, I'm an NLP trainer, neuro-linguistic programming. NLP is all about finding unconscious patterns and unconscious strategies that people do unconsciously or that trigger people's emotional states. Guess what NLP does? Yeah, that's what we do. I'm an NLP trainer and master Ericksonian hypnotherapist, master practitioner of timeline therapy, and on and on. I'm trained in different forms of psychology, cognitive and behavioral psychology, hypnosis, etc., etc. It's everything that I do is about how to discover hidden unconscious patterns. And that's what Crack the Female Code is about. So this video is going to focus on one thing. So she's telling you, oh, well, if she can trick you, well, then it's over and she's going to lose all respect and she's going to lose desire. And I can tell you firsthand, she's 100% correct. Now, the reason why I say firsthand is because I've heard this since I was in high school. I had no idea what the hell it meant until I finally learned, like, oh, see, I had to learn how to see it. And that's what this video is going to talk about. And then it's going to talk about the results. A core pillar of my training is teaching you how to be what's called internal, dropping your awareness inside, because what that does is it brings you from your left brain to your right brain. Now, why is this important? Because what Sadia is talking about is right brain body language, right brain interaction, right brain communication. If you don't know how to do that, women will think you are stupid. I'm going to tell you right now, most women, they look at men like, well, I guess I got to put up with it. And you're like, why? Because women don't have any other choice. Very few men operate from the right brain. Very few. Here's the deal. When you learn how to do this, women can see it. It becomes obvious. I've made this in a lot of videos. Your pupils dilate, your skin softens, your body language becomes smoother, okay? Your voice shifts, your words begin, you're unconsciously using right brain words. She can hear it, she can see it, she can feel it. It's very obvious when you're in your right brain. When you're in your left brain, you can't even see it. In fact, here's the deal. Every single client I've trained for over 30 years, after they took my training, they'll call me for weeks, for months, go, Mike, I'm in the coffee shop. I'm sitting next to these two girls. You're not going to believe what they just said. I'm like, yeah, I told you. Women have been doing this since the beginning of time. This isn't new. It's just new to you because you couldn't hear it, see it, or feel it from the left brain. So you have to learn how to do this. I'll give you a little tip today, but it's literally, a tip is nothing. I'm telling you right now, if you're taking courses, hey, let me teach you some dating tips. Don't do it. It's a waste of time. Base everything on results. When you take my course, I'm going to walk you through a series of patterns that will drop you down and expand your awareness in a way you never imagined. Suddenly, the door will open and you're going to see. So the tip I'm going to give you, do not think, oh, this is it. No, this is not even, it's not even touching the door handle. It's not even 1%, but it's something the male brain can at least logically understand, okay? So it'll give you an idea of where we're going, the direction. But that doesn't mean you went down the path. You're just looking in the direction, okay? So let me start here. All right, so I met a young lady who was really, really drawn into me. Now, what did I say? Drawn into me. I used to go to this coffee shop for a while, and I was really in my own world. I was really focused on, I wanted to reread these NLP books I hadn't read in over 10 years. I wanted to go over them again and take notes and just really work on it because there were some techniques in it that applied to a client I'd been working with from Australia. And on top of it, I just like to reread books and get sharper on them. So I was in my own world blocking people out, and there's something that I do that's internal. I do it all the time now because it's so easy for me to access. I just do it and it draws people in, people treat me better, etc., etc. So this young lady that worked there, she was constantly looking at me, constantly talking to me. Eventually she got up the courage to come to my table one day. This is after about a month or so, and she opened up a conversation. After 10 minutes she got nervous and she went back to work. Then she came back another time. And she asked me, she got really bold. She goes, hey, can we have lunch together? And I was like, oh, okay. I'm thinking that's pretty bold, but yeah, sure. So we had a great time. It was a quick lunch. She had to go back to work. And then I eventually avoided the place for a couple of weeks because I kind of wanted to send a message like, hey, this, you're a bit young. Like she was very young. So eventually she came up and she just asked me like, hey, can we go for a walk? And I was like, yeah. I said, you know what the hell, why not? So here's what happened. We went out a couple of times, got some dinner, some lunch, just some real simple stuff. And she was challenging me. As women do, they'll test you, okay? Now, I'm going to add this in before I finish this story. For the same reason that she was drawn to me, as all the girls at the coffee shop were, all the customers, here's the deal. You can learn how to do it, and it has nothing to do with your looks, nothing to do with your wallet, nothing to do with your bank account, nothing to do with the kind of car you drive, nothing. Before I learned how to do this, women wouldn't talk to me more than 3 seconds. I am not kidding. So she was drawn to me because I'm what's called internal. Now you're hearing that word going, oh, okay, internal, logically. Let me think of, no, it's not. It is not a logical experience. It is a right brain, emotional, physical thing that you do. So here she is testing me, and because I'm internal, I have this awareness, okay? This expanded awareness allows me to see it coming a mile away, literally, and I mean literally a mile away, and I'm not kidding. Okay, maybe half a mile, but it's actually a little bit more than that. But it's not done in the male way. It's done in the right brain way, the expansive way, the circular way. Now, for the same reason that she was attracted to me is the same reason why she's testing me. It's because she's like, oh, he can see it. Most men are when I say most, I mean like 90+%, completely oblivious to it, completely blind to it, no clue what it is, when it's coming, where it's coming from. Now, there's a reason why women do this when they meet a mate. They're testing to see if you are connected literally to your awareness system. It's like a submarine. There's a wire, I should say, that plugs into the radar system. If you unplug that, it's kind of like unplugging your headphones from a stereo or from your computer. Suddenly you can't hear anything out of your headphones. If you unplug that, the radar system is disconnected. When you're in your left brain, the logical brain that you're so proud of, that's when you're disconnected from your radar system. What I do is painstakingly take you through a series of exercises, which we're going to have to practice and exercise every day, and reconnect you to your radar system. It is going to be you will feel so relaxed because now you have awareness. When you're stuck in your left brain, that causes anxiety, it causes fear, it causes panic, because on an unconscious level, you're aware, like, I don't have awareness. I'm basically going down the road blind. It's like a racehorse with blinders on, like on the left side and the right side. They can only see what's right in front of them. That's why men like the word straightforward. We like the words like direct, because it's right in front of us. If it's not in front of us, we can't see it, and it drives us nuts. But when you learn how to open up, now it doesn't have to be directly in front of you. It can be to the left, to the right, or even behind you, because now you have an awareness system. And you're thinking, oh, you mean peripheral vision? No, that's not what I'm talking about. That's still disconnected from this radar system. It's not something you see, it's something that you feel. Your feelings, they are connected to the radar system, and they are the alert system. If you are not connected to this system, women are not going to be attracted to you, and they won't respect you. Now, where did this come from? Why do women do this? Because in the caveman era, now here's where it comes from. Her mating system, both yours and hers, our mating systems are in our lower reptilian brain. If you study the brain, you got the two frontal lobes, you got the left brain, you got the right brain, and then you have the lower reptilian brain, which is on the brainstem. This is an actual instinctual fight or flight system. It's the kill or be killed system. It's designed to keep you alive, to feed you, to reproduce, to keep the species going, and to keep you alive from predators from killing you. That's its job, and that's its priority, and it has the rule to rule over the left and right brain when it comes to these three aspects. In other words, it can take over at a moment's notice when you're getting attacked by a lion. So if there's a tiger a mile away, now when I said a mile away, I literally meant a mile away. Your system has to be able to feel and sense things a mile away, unconsciously or consciously, okay? When I connect you to this, I promise you, you're going to be like, holy shit. Here's the really cool thing. It is the most freeing experience you're ever going to have. You're going to feel so comfortable around anyone, anywhere, anytime. When a woman's radar system senses this and can feel this from your system, it relaxes her too. Here's the thing. Women are connected to their radar systems. Men are not. So the reason why women test you is they're checking to see, hey man, are you tuned in? Are you connected to your radar system? Because I don't want to get killed from a lion. I want you to be able to pick up on it from a mile away. I don't know if you know this, but lions and tigers can run extremely freaking fast. There was a video on YouTube. They're still there. It's a video on YouTube of these guys hunting in Africa. They hired these men to be their tour guides or hunter guys, and there's a lion, and it's literally about 300 yards away, and the guides are like, shoot it, shoot it. He's like, but it's more than a half a mile. Boom! The lion jumped up, swiped his face, and the guides behind him, boom, 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 boom. You heard him shooting the lion when it hit the ground. That man got up and said, holy shit, that was fast. That lion was there right now, like in 2.5 seconds. It was unbelievably fast. So if a lion can sneak up on you and get 100 yards away, you're dead. It's too late. It's too late. There's nothing you can do, and your family's dead. But Mike, my logical brain says there's no lions around. It doesn't matter. Her mating system is all about survival. It's inside the survival brain. This is where your logic completely screws you over. But Mike, I mean, we live in the modern world. Come on, we got guns and there's no lions around and blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. See, that's the thing you don't understand. You want to know what else doesn't matter? Romancing a woman. If you try to do it logically, it is not going to work. It's going to turn her off. Reproducing children, in other words, getting turned on sexually, survival, and food are in our reptilian brain. Period. End of sentence. If you do not do things in this way, it doesn't matter if you make $1 million a month. It does not matter. It doesn't matter if you're 6'2", 250 pounds, full of muscles, and you have 10 black belts in 10 different martial arts. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to continue on with this and end this here, but I will tell you one thing. Crack the Female Code, the course that I teach, teaches you how to deal with these situations in a way that satisfy her mating system, and then she feels content. Otherwise, she's going to be nervous. She's going to be uptight. She's going to bitch and moan and complain about every little detail. Oh, no, and all that. You can't stand that voice that drives you nuts. It's really because of you. The minute you come into your radar system, boom, she calms down. It relaxes her. So I'm with this young lady. It's probably our 6th date or 7th date. And, well, not officially, the first 2 dates were kind of casual, kind of hanging out at the coffee shop. But, you know, we went on to do other things. But here's what happened. She was challenging me, and I'm kind of looking at her, and I can see it a mile away. And here's the deal, because my body felt it. And I looked at her with this open, expansive awareness, and I'm just watching her. Here's the deal. She can feel it. She can see it in my eyes. Like, oh, he can see me. She was grinning from ear to ear, and I don't remember what she said, but she said something that was very indirect, and I looked at her and I said, really? Oh, so blah, blah, and I forget what I said and what she said, but I said something to her, and she laughed, she grinned ear to ear, and she giggled, and she knew she got caught. She was trying to manipulate me. She was trying to trick me, and I caught her, and man, did she light up. She was happy. She was content. She just relaxed right into me. And I knew right there at that moment, our next date, we were going to have sex. It was obvious. In fact, the next date was we were going to go to Whole Foods, which we did, and then we came back to my place. So a lot of you guys complain a lot about, oh, women this and women that, they play games. It's because you don't understand what's going on. And that's why you're complaining, is because you're lost. You can't see it. You don't understand it. You don't see it coming. You're literally blind and oblivious to what's going on. And it is frustrating. I remember what it was like. Like, women confused the hell out of me. Not anymore. All right, different situation. I'm teaching something to a client about how to talk to women, approach it, etc. And we were just going to Whole Foods, buying some groceries. I said, hey, when you go up there, don't do this. Make sure you do this and stay grounded. Well, he went up and saw this really cute cashier, and she smiled at him. He just kind of leaned forward. He did everything wrong. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to have to talk to him outside. But that's all right. Now, here's the really, really cool thing. He realized he messed up because she pulled away. She kind of crossed her arms, and she shut down. And he was like, oh, he's kind of embarrassed. I'm like, oh, man, he's going to be, like, he was a young guy. I'm thinking, oh, he's going to be really upset, man. I'm going to have to pull him out of this. So we went outside, and he walked outside really fast. And I was like, thinking, like, damn, dude, wait for me. And I go, hey, bring me up kind of fast. She goes, okay. So I went out there, and I walked out there, and he turned around. He goes, dude, he goes, I fucked up. He goes, I messed up. He goes, I screwed it. But he's really happy. I'm like, why are you so happy? He goes, I can see it now. I saw what I did wrong, and I saw her reaction. He goes, man, my whole life I was doing that. I get it now. He goes, I can see it. Now, here's the thing. He needed to screw up on accident, unconsciously, to see it. But here's the difference. The difference was before, he didn't know what he was doing wrong. He couldn't see it. All he knew is that women would get mad, and they wouldn't give him his number, give her their numbers. Now he saw it. And that's the really cool thing about this. When you screw up and you can see it, you're going to be happier than you've ever imagined. Because now you know what to do. All right, second story. It is about my goddaughter. She was probably in 11th grade in high school, maybe a senior. This is just a goddaughter, no, situation. But women will test you. It doesn't matter because they want to be safe. Here's the deal. When you're married, your wife will test you even when you're married 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. When you go out, because she's just kind of like, hey, are you aware of what's going on? Because if you are, that means I can go in and be the feminine woman that I am, and I can just do my own little thing and just be happy and joyful and feminine and everything that guys want. See, the reason why, okay, here's why men in the modern era are complaining. We were taught to be stuck in our left brain, which means we're completely oblivious, which means now she has to do the male job. Now, you hear women talking a lot about toxic masculinity. Well, they're right. The left brain when you're stuck is toxic. But here's the problem. A lot of men are finally going, yeah, there's a lot of women that are stuck in the toxic masculinity too. And you're right. Because now women are having to do the man's job. When you relearn how to do your job again the way you were supposed to from the beginning of time, not only will women be attracted to you, they will relax. And over a period of time, they will go into their feminine world. And now you're going to be with a feminine woman who treats you better, who's nurturing, who's loving, who's kind, who just takes care of you and treats you right. Because now she can. If she has to do your job, she can't be a feminine woman. She has to be the man. She has to take charge. She has to boss you around because, well, you're a little boy. You're not doing it. I'm talking about this radar system. So I'm at the mall with my goddaughter. We're going there for a very specific reason, to go to a certain store to buy a certain product. So we're on the second floor. We're walking up, on the right side. We're going. And she was on my left. She snuck around the right. She kind of leans on my shoulder and kind of veers us off. And I'm like, what are you doing? I just, whatever. And so then she was on my left side again because I grabbed her and put her over there. And because the store we were going to was to the right. Now she snuck around on the right side. And at this point, I literally could feel something was weird. And I looked at her like, what is she doing? And she's leaning on me again. And she's pushed me over. And I stopped real fast. She fell in front of me. I'm like, stop it. So then she did it a third time, and she's leaning on me, and I just stopped. And I grabbed her, reached around with my right arm, and I pulled her in firmly, because women need to feel firmness. If you're always Mr. Nice Guy and Mr. Soft Guy, they think you're weak, and they think you can't take care of them. Here's the deal. You could be bench pressing 350 pounds, and she's going to think you're a pussy if you don't physically express that physicalness with her once in a while. Now that's another story. So what I did, I literally grabbed her and I took charge physically of the situation. I pulled her in firmly, and with my left hand, I pointed to the store to the right and said, we're going that way, with a firm voice. And she started grinning and she giggled like, okay. And the thing about it was this is the first. Now she was a very argumentative type of kid, but I was done. And I thought, she might actually yell at me. But here's the thing that surprised me. She giggled and grinned. I'm like, man, this stuff really works. Because women, the reason why they get mad at you is because you're not doing this. You're not leading. You're not taking charge. Because you just don't know how. Nobody ever taught you how to do it. So there's 2 tips right there. Actually, I think technically that was 3. Grab her firmly. Call her on her shit, point in the direction, and use your voice and be firm. Now here's the really cool thing. Just like with the first girl, all of a sudden my goddaughter just became very, I don't want to use the word compliant, but she just was like, wherever I went, she went. She was happy. She was smiling. She was easy to get along with. Before, when I didn't do that stuff, she would argue. She would bitch. She would moan. She would complain. Sound familiar, guys? What they're essentially women are indirect creatures. That's something I teach in my course. I teach the indirect symbolic language. They're not going to directly tell you like, hey man, turn your radar system on, reconnect. They're not going to say that. They're going to bitch, they're going to moan, they're going to be indirect. Because I don't think they really even know how to say, hey, like, you're not paying attention, you're not aware of what's going on around. Even if she did, most men would be like, what do you mean? I'm logical. I'm in my logical narrow brain. No man, that's not the right brain to be in. So here's the deal. During the course, I will teach you how to do all of this stuff. We're going to teach you what to do. And then the main core piece is the how. We're going to spend a lot of time on how to do A, B, C. There's some unconscious communication patterns that trigger her mating system. There's some unconscious things that you can do with your body language that trigger her mating system. There's a lot of things that will melt her heart. We're going to walk you through these things over and over until it's conditioned into you. And we're also going to explain why does this stuff work? Why does this affect women in these ways? And here's the deal. I'm going to show you in real life. You're going to see it. And then after each day of training, we're going to sit down and we're going to do a question and answer period of like, well, what if this and what if that? We're going to answer those questions too. Here's the deal, guys. If you've had problems with women bitching, moaning, complaining, whining, it's because you're not satisfying this need that is literally from the caveman era. It is hardwired into her. It's literally locked into her DNA. If you do not answer these needs, she's going to be miserable and she's going to make you miserable. But I tell you what, if you learn how to do this, I promise you this. Women are going to be content with you. They're going to lean into you. They're going to hold on to you. They're going to want to be with you. And they're going to be much, much, much more enjoyable to be around. And they're going to start doing things for you. Massaging, cooking, cleaning. Just things to make you happy. And that's the thing. That's the point of the whole course. Where you're doing things to make her happy. And she's doing things to make you happy. Now everyone's happy. To get started before you take the course, I highly recommend buying my ultimate package. It's called Broken to Bulletproof Ultimate System. That has all my books, Crack the Female Code, Get the Girl, Keep the Girl. Those are two very important books to read. The second one is just as important as the first one. Then I'll have a small book on what I used to call sex signals. It's about women's hidden body language. So you understand, like, oh, she's actually telling me to approach. It's something that you wouldn't think in a million years. And then you get the bonus package, which introduces you to the internal language. It gives your brain kind of an idea before you walk in, so you don't walk in like brand new to this. So you're like, okay, I kind of have an idea, and then we'll teach it to you. It makes it a lot easier. At the very least, buy my book, Crack the Female Code. All right, that's it for this video. Go to seductionpower.com and buy your book or buy this package. All right, guys, click subscribe, click the like button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.